Well, thanks for inviting me tonight to be sitting on the panel of these women who are top level leaders in not only this company, but other companies. Their success and their track record speaks for itself. So it's really, I feel really kind of excited that I get to be here. So I started in network marketing in 1996. I was a college student. I had just gotten out of the Army. I was really trying to figure out what I was going to do in life, and network marketing just seemed to make sense to me. Because at the time, I really didn't know that there was another way besides going to school. So I was enrolled at UCLA, and I was like, there's got to be there has to be something different. Like, I spent most of my time in college. I went into the military and went back into college, and I'm thinking, this just doesn't make sense to me. So network marketing being an option to, have your own business, and that really sounded attractive to me. But like probably many of us, if you're watching, you got involved in a company in the 90s and maybe even the early, 2000s, and you failed big time. Now, that doesn't mean the industry failed you. That doesn't mean that you're a failure, but that you failed to do what needed to be done to own your own business. What I've learned over the last 20 years is I was in that company for about 5 years, and I loved being a part of the company. And for me, it met a lot of needs for me at the time. Social was great. A little extra money was great, but I honestly spent more money than I was earning, which is kind of a pro tip. If that's happening to you in whatever company you're in and you're not making a profit and you've been doing it for a while, you might need to take some training and get some help with that. But even still, there's the timing of whatever product you have right now, whatever product or services. If the timing isn't right for that product, or the vehicle that you're trying to get it through isn't right at the time, then you just have to cut bait, and it's okay. Right? So I hung on and hung on, and I drove thousands of miles to go to every conference, everything, everything, right? Spending this money to make this business work for me, but I didn't understand the basics of what it meant to own your own business. So what I discovered later, having, jumped back into the industry in 2014, I went in all in, right? I missed out on this time, like both Kiwi and Rachel were sharing. I missed out on this time in raising my kids, and they were raised in daycare, and they were raised by nannies. They were, I was working this corporate job. I never had time, 5 seconds to rub together again. So when I jumped back into the industry, my kids were just kind of middle teenage years, and I thought, maybe, just maybe, I'm confident enough and teachable and coachable enough to learn something so that I can make this industry work for me. So all I'm saying to that is if you've been in the industry before and you've gotten burned, or maybe you just decided this wasn't for you or whatever, imagine now with technology the way that it is, and being ready and confident. So having been in my early, my late 20s in the 90s, and now I'm 50, and I have a lot more confidence. I have a lot more, desire to make this work for me. Right. So my mindset is very different now, and it's changed more importantly over the last 3 years working with Coach Kiwi, to be in a position to have the tenacity to never quit, to recognize something and ask questions. If the business isn't working for you, why isn't it working? If you're not making money, why am I not making money? What action steps do I have to take to learn how to be a business owner? Now, couple that with my husband and I own a restaurant. And so there's this experience that I now have that I didn't before. So my understanding of what it means to own a business is a lot different than it used to be. So I had to learn how to own my own business in order to make money. And so I'm confident now that I know how to own my own business. I know how to run it. I know how to use the leverage of having both a job and business expenses to be able to keep more money that I make. Right. So some of the beauty of being in a network marketing business is that you get to keep more of your W-2 income. So if you have, be able to leverage that income and those expenses to be able to keep more of what you earn. So these are just some of the things I had to learn about the nuances of really what it meant to own my own business in the network marketing space, in addition to owning my own business outside of that, being my own coach and what that looks like, my own business as a coach. How do I approach that? How do I market that? How do I not spend $1 bazillion trying to make it happen and work from home? So my desire to be here working from home started, way back in the 90s. And now I'm finally getting the training I needed to make it happen. So thanks to Coach Kiwi, for the last 2 years, I have been working from home, and I have, had to do the work. You know what I mean? So those of you watching, if you've been in the industry a long time, you have to do the work that it takes to get where it is you want to be. And if you don't know how to get there, you need to hire someone to help you to learn how to do it. right? Because your sponsor or whatever does not have the time to help you, you know, create a nuanced change in your whole life. So I'm not relying on the industry and attending a Saturday seminar to teach me how to own my own business, right? You have to invest in your business to learn how to do all these things. So that would be my recommendation, that for those of you watching, if you are serious about wanting to work from home, or you're serious about wanting to keep more money that you earn, that you figure out how this industry can work for you.